welcome back to Down the Sado Hole. Today, we'll be talking about time travel.
What in the world is that?
The power is going crazy!
You have to stop this episode. People think this is a movement. In 1 month, people start asking for robes. Actually sounds kind of cool. And I love robes. They are quite comfortable.
Ever felt like the world doesn't make sense? Like there's a hidden layer of reality just waiting to be uncovered? From the mysteries of the universe and mind-bending science theories to the strange patterns of human history and the whispers of hidden truths, we're here to question everything. Come fall down the Sado Hole and see just how deep the rabbit hole goes, because the truth is often stranger than fiction.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Down the Sado Hole. Today, we'll be talking about time travel. Johnny, Nathan, Zoe.
And we're also here with a live studio audience. I was supposed to mention that.
Oh,
This is our first or second time with a live studio audience.
Give us a clap, studio audience. Hey! Go audience.
All right. So there's a lot to cover, I think, with time travel.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what we'll start with is, and that's the first thing we can kind of debate, is do you think time travel is possible? Assuming you believe in time.
Yeah. Speaking about time, I wonder if this is true. I remember a story that there was there's an astronaut. He has a twin brother, born at the same time. He went out to outer space. And I heard, because he's an astronaut, didn't go to the moon or anything. But
just went out to orbit.
Atmosphere, he was cruising around for a while. But the fact, speed can change time. And when he came back at the velocities he was going, he was actually younger than his brother.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was actually born first.
Yeah.
And when he came back, he actually...
Definitely. Totally.
His time, and they measured it. Because they had an atomic clock up there and an atomic clock on Earth. And his brother... Or he aged slower than his brother, and he was actually older than him. Time slowed down for him.
Yeah, that's true. Physics supports that.
So I think it's possible. There you go. It's possible. It's happened.
Well, it depends. That's a different type of time
It's possible
travel.
it's happened, and that's proof.
But that's...
I believe in it.
It depends on what his brother was doing down on Earth while he was...
Yeah, was his brother smoking every day?
I'm just saying.
No,
drinking all the time, not taking care of himself? That would age you.
I'm not talking about aging.
Not that kind of aging.
I'm talking about time.
Biological aging.
Not even biological. I'm talking about time.
Well, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Like actual time.
The guy that went out into outer space, that astronaut.
When you go fast, the faster you go, the slower time.
Time slows down. Mm-hmm. And they measure it. If you believe
that's the theory of relativity.
But isn't that also how you age?
Well, aging's a lot of different things. I don't know.
No, you wouldn't. You would age slower because time's is actually going slower for you.
Okay.
Yeah, because
so for instance,
is basically time. If you look at that,
this is kind of a cool experiment. Is if we were in the same spot, so we're right outside this building and we're standing right next to each other, right, and we're both looking at a star in the distance, and say that star is 150 light years away, or 1,000 light years away, whatever it might be. Maybe it's really far, even farther than that, probably. But and you're sitting in a chair, looking at that star. I'm running by you. We're in the same spot, but I'm just running by you because I'm in motion, and I'm looking up at the star. Even though it seems like we're looking at the same star, we're looking at the star probably tens of thousands of years difference in time. One of us is looking at the star 10,000 years ago, or 100 years ago, let's say, and the other person is 10,000 years and 100 days, or something like that. I
think your math's off a little bit.
I don't know what the exact math is. But it's true. Because of the...
I want to see the math. I don't know. I don't believe you
because
now.
of physics.
I get it. I get that concept.
Yeah, one of you is in motion.
He's going
plus, you have to calculate the distance
that light
has traveled to both of you it makes that big of a difference,
Yep.
just that little movement. Now, if you were to go the speed of light, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And that's why you have those things like
With the astronaut, his time was going
the
slower.
astronaut, or on the extreme level.
Because
there
that
was-
clock came back and his time was slower than the one
Yeah.
on Earth.
Well, there's that. What's that movie? Intergalactic.
That's
Everybody
a
loves
good
that movie.
movie.
It's a great movie. With what's that Texas guy?
I know I've seen that movie before.
He's like a pretty boy. Everybody thinks he's really
Matthew
gorgeous.
McConaughey. I know what you're
Matthew
talking about.
McConaughey. Yeah.
That's where he's behind the bookshelf.
Yes. That
Okay,
one.
I've seen that.
But when they were by the black hole, time was going so slow for them that they went down to the planet and was they were there for like a few hours or something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
remember that.
They came back up to the space station and he was an old man
Yeah, he
at that
lived
point.
it for like 30 years
Yeah,
or something, 15
30,
years.
40
something
years
crazy,
had gone
right?
by for him, where only hours went by for them. And that's how time works.
That's so crazy.
It is super crazy. So in that sense, I totally see how somebody could say, okay, time travel exists because we can kind of manipulate our perception of time based off of how fast we're going or the distance. But
So
what
it's
about?
true.
No, I know. But outside of the physics time travel of the theory of relativity, do you believe that we could create some sort of machine or something to travel back in time?
I heard that there was this Iranian scientist back in 2013 that figured it out. And they released it, and then all of a sudden, silence. Yeah, and nobody knows what's going on. It's just they're definitely having some sort of time travel research in Syria or Iran, one of those countries. But yeah, they come out with this.
When was this?
They released this. It was like 2013. They released. Hey, it's probably not real, but they did come out saying that like 2013. Hey, we had to figure out how to time travel. Some scientist from one of those Middle Eastern countries said it. It could be propaganda by all means, but then you never heard about it again.
That could be because they just
Wasn't-
nothing came of it. It was
Maybe.
fake.
doing anything.
Why would they fake something like that?
Well, people say all sorts of stuff.
Why? Why would they do that? To manipulate?
Why would they fake the moon landing?
That's a good question.
But
Maybe to intimidate other people in the world. That's a possibility.
But there was Nikola Tesla, who was Serbian.
That's
Yeah.
true too.
He was working.
There's a
supposedly
big
he was
theory
working
that
on
Trump
time
is
travel,
a
wasn't
time
he?
traveler.
I think so too.
Or
Do you guys know that?
Do what?
Trump's a time traveler. Do you not know
there's
that
the
Baron
TikTok
Trump?
one right here.
The
There's
Baron
a TikTok one.
No, there's a
Let's hear
story. There's a story called Baron Trump. It's an old book,
Okay.
and this kid was a time traveler, and his dad was like a super rich guy.
Well, that doesn't mean that Trump was a time traveler.
Well,
I mean, somebody
Trump's
wrote a
dad
book.
got all that stuff from Nikola Tesla, and Trump has
I've
that
heard
now.
that. I've
and so
heard
that's
that.
the whole theory: is that this book
'Cause we talked
is
about
all
Tesla
this.
stuff.
Yeah, no, but what I'm
And
saying.
actually, the Trumps had something in Darrington.
Mm-hmm.
The mining lord, the old mining lord. They tried to start a really cool like. I'm going to say reservation.
Okay, let's get back to
Alright.
Trump book.
That was a great audience clip.
I love it.
All right, back on topic.
I got it. Baron Trump time traveler book refers to a 19th century children's novel, which I'm now going to read.
You're not going to read the novel, no.
My name is Joe. Novels by an Ingersoll Lockwood featuring a boy named Baron Trump, which gained notoriety after 2017 for uncanny parallels to Donald Trump's family and political life.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's a book from the
about any of
1890s
that.
about Baron Trump. Wow, that's crazy.
I told you
Whoa, okay, so these are books about a guy named Baron Trump
that time travels.
that time travels. They call him Little Baron. And
Yeah.
it's this underground world, well, a third book from the 1900s
Underground world.
called The Last President, written in 1900. This can't be real. This
It's real.
No, just because you're reading it on the internet doesn't make it real.
Buy the book.
I wonder if the book was really written in the
No.
1900s.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like people with
How would
talking
it
about,
not
hey,
be? They
I've got
couldn't
this
say it
really
as if it wasn't.
secret book you need to read. It's called The Secret.
I mean, I
And it's
really
gonna-
could buy it right now. It's real. So there's a book called The Last President. It's cited for its strange prediction about a chaotic U.S. presidency in New York City, viewing theories about time travel and proof. I gotta read these books, man.
Well, go
I've
ahead.
never heard about this before. Thank you for enlightening me.
Yeah.
Time travel's real, and we're seeing it happen right now in America. I just realized that. I think. Whoa!
Okay.
My mind is blowing up right now.
Okay, so let's say before we go into
We already know it's true, but let's go back to when we thought it was.
That you have no proof for.
I got books from the 1800s.
Do you know how many
Yeah.
times I could publish a book and I could just say whatever I want in there? Doesn't make it true.
How about in the 1800s? But in the
could you
1800s?
publish it in the 1800s right
On
now?
Amazon, you could just put a publish date of 1652 if you want. Just write whatever you want in there.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. You can put copyright
I can believe that, man. I do believe in 1984.
because you're in charge of all of it.
Yep. It's
We're
true.
in a world of AI. You can fake everything now if you want it.
That's true.
But outside of that,
Okay.
for time travel, there is that paradox. And I think we were talking about it on an episode before. If time travel was true,
Yeah.
what would prevent you from going back in time and killing your parents, let's say, before you were born,
Oh,
therefore killing the possibility of you ever coming into existence, but then you wouldn't have been able to go back in time to kill your parents to stop your existence. So it's like a paradox that doesn't work.
It can't happen. I don't think that can happen.
So that's what some people will say time travel could never be a possibility.
Well, maybe that part of time travel can't
Yeah.
be possible.
So
Or
you can
like, what
travel
if it,
back in
like,
time, but you can
splits?
never travel back into the
Maybe
time where
I don't think you can manipulate yourself in time. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Why
'Cause
not?
what if when
We
you
were talking
time-
about theoretical
If you
things
time
right now.
travel, like what if you can't like
Can't
you're
change your
you're
destiny.
you're thinking like if when you time travel I will be able to see you. What if you time travel and you are only like looking at everything and we are still in the
you're
present?
just an observer.
You're an
effect.
observer effect. You're
A
not
wa-
actually
let's call
there.
you a watcher, maybe. A watcher.
Like you
So-
might be able to manipulate, like kind of like pick up like the phones or
Like a
something,
ghost?
and it would be like a ghost kind of an aspect. What if ghosts are time travelers?
Holy shit! I never thought of that. I know. That'd be real. It's starting to lean. Yeah.
Now, okay, that begs the question: are you time traveling? If you're just in an observer effect, maybe you're just replaying something that happened in the past, but you're not actually in the past. If you can't manipulate the past,
But you could manipulate
Then
because
you're
you
not
could
actually
still
there.
touch it and manipulate your surroundings. You just can't like communicate and talk to people and like manipulate
but that-
people.
you-
You would have to manipulate them using their surroundings.
But if you
so it
can
would be like
manipulate-
driving them absolutely insane,
if
like
you
a
can
ghost.
manipulate the surroundings, then you could manipulate events and
Mhm.
actions.
Yeah. Sure. I can see that.
Yeah.
And so you could essentially prevent your own existence. It's
Yes,
still
I
that
guess.
You're still stuck in the paradox.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, if you push the red button, yeah, you could kill yourself. I guess you're right.
And if it's a possibility that you make it where you don't exist, then you can't go back in time anyways.
Yeah, but what if you go? There's also that theory. What's it? String theory, where like every possible outcome happens
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
infinity and beyond. You know. You know what I mean? Like you can't really change your timeline. You're just change another timeline
Oh, I
because
see.
every time you manipulate
Anytime
it,
you
does-
manipulate it, another
fractures.
fractures off.
It's
and
like
your
every-
timeline is
I don't know
still
what that's
preserved.
called. It's called something.
Yeah.
They use a smart term for it.
Yeah, there's a whatchamacallit, the what is it called? Like parallel universe.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's like
Multiverse.
every time you make a
Multiverse,
decision,
ultimate
there's
timeline.
another version of you making the opposite decision
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
also chose not to do.
Yeah.
Or, or a million.
So you're
decisions
not
you could
Uh-huh.
make.
you're
Yeah,
never
all the
actually
decision.
affecting your specific line where you're able, where you did exist, and able to go back in time.
Yeah, because
I
it
can
already
see how
because it
that
kind of already
works.
happened in your timeline. Can you really change your timeline because it did already happen?
Again, that begs the question: are you going? You're not going into your past. You're going into a past.
I think you're going into your past, but you're changing your future. Just not yours.
But you just said you can't.
You're changing a different possible future that's separate from yours.
You're creating a possibility.
Another future, another, another reality.
An
I
alternate
guess, in a way,
reality.
yeah. Where a different
maybe that's why
butterfly effect that's going to happen in that universe that's separate from yours because it could go on for infinity.
So maybe that is
We'll call that the
how
Sado
we
theory.
have a multiverse. Maybe we have
The Sado theory of time.
Yeah. Trademark.
Can't have it.
Let's say that's true. And so every time somebody travels back into time and changes something, an alternate reality happens. And that's the only reason we have this unlimited multiverse, is because time travel does exist.
Maybe.
If time travel didn't exist, we'd only have one linear version of time.
Yeah, I guess. Sounds good.
Well, I mean,
that makes sense to me.
If that's the case, that every time you change something, a section breaks off.
Because that's how
if
I
you
would
weren't able
conceive
to
it,
go
is
back
like
in
it
time
already
and change
happened to
something.
me. So if I went back in time to change what happened to me, it already happened. And like if I changed it, would I even feel it? Because the fact that it's a paradox thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't think that paradox could even happen because the reality is would have to go back in time to change. I don't think you could do it. I think when you go back in time, you're not really changing your timeline.
Yeah.
Because your timeline
It has to
already
be an
set.
alternate timeline.
Yeah, it has to be an alternate one. You created
So
another one.
that's the only way time travel can exist.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean that's not my idea. That's that idea that I'm sure it was somebody else had that idea before me.
I picked it up.
I'm sure somebody else had it.
But there's also what is that theory where so we can go, let's say we can go back into time, but every time that breaks off another version of our reality, I guess, would you do it?
Well, do you really have control of it?
You're let's say there's a time machine and it allows you to go back in time, but anything you do back in time won't change any outcome for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Right?
about. Yeah.
It'll only change an outcome for a different version of you.
Yeah.
What's the point of going back in time?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Well,
mean,
would
just to
you
see
come
it.
back that different version?
No, because you never leave your timeline.
Your timeline's different than going back. I mean, your timeline's always going to be the same.
You're going back into your past on your timeline, but soon as you do anything there, any change you make adjusts the timeline. So you're really just going back in your timeline, but you have no control or no byproduct of those decisions that you make. So your life's never going to change outside of you being able to go back and observing something that already happened.
Yeah, but the observing effect always changes something.
Yeah, because you're seeing it from a different point of view.
Oh no, you are changing it. It's just not changing it on your timeline.
Yeah,
But it's
because you can't.
changing it
true,
to
true.
yourself as a human. It's changing
but
it to you.
Didn't they do that observer effect at that collider?
No, it's a different experiment, but
But they were bouncing photons off or something.
yeah, they have it's the slit. It's the slit.
Isn't that about
experiment.
time though too?
And they have like a slit or whatever, and they shoot like protons
Photons
or
or
whatever
something, yeah.
through it.
Protons,
and supposedly, if it's shooting at a certain spot, it's supposed to land here. It's supposed to land here. And
But it's random.
It's going to one slot or the other, and random. But somebody observing the experiment happening changes the outcome.
Yeah.
Versus nobody not observing it or tracking it.
It's a
They
weird
found
thing.
it.
I think that too when I'm like waiting for something. If I'm looking at the clock, it takes longer.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like you remember like sitting in school, like sitting there staring at the clock? It always felt like it'd take longer. So if you didn't stare at the clock, it'd go by
Yeah.
faster.
so we talked about.
Oh yeah. So that's what they were doing. I don't know if that actually experiment worked. Were they staring a little too long?
Well, we were talking on a previous episode about whether free will actually exists or it's an illusion. And some people think there's theories that time is an illusion. That there's no such thing as time. We've created it.
Yeah.
It's something that we've created in our consciousness. And there's, you know, some people have some, I think, some good debates for that. They say, like, when you think of the past, right, and your memories, your childhood, all that kind of stuff, when you think about that, you're thinking about it in the present.
True.
All those memories and thoughts that you're having are in the present.
With my modern personality.
Yeah,
my
with your
evolved
mind,
and
you are
matured,
thinking of them.
That's true.
And when you think about your future, what may unfold for you in the future, what your career might be, your family, all that kind of stuff, how you might die, you're thinking about that now in the present. So there is no such thing as the future or the past. There's only the present.
Yeah.
And that this linear time is just an illusion.
I remember for a long
It's
time.
just consciousness trying to understand its existence.
Yeah, I can see that. I used to think that like that for a long time about time travel. I'm like, well, why do you focus so much on the past that's already happened?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of almost like the. I mean, you learn from you learn from your mistakes, but why do you dwell on them? You know, you just move on. You experience it. You remember them, but they're more like lessons. Who did that? It was like Marcus Aurelius or something like that.
Oh, it was in one of the meditations
Stoicism.
book. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Still, you know, like why don't let you control yourself? Why are you letting other people control your emotions? Type of thing. Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know why I said that. Why did I say that?
Oh, we were talking about free will.
Oh, that's right,
And
yeah,
whether time
that's
travel
right.
actually exists,
Because
or
of
if
the
there's a
free will,
past,
yeah.
present, and future, there might just be the present.
That's not my
Which,
train of thought.
and a lot of people dwell on the past, like you said. I think part of it's because of our mortality.
Oh, for sure.
Which is why we also think
Well,
about
we
the
dwell on it
future.
because it is we remind ourselves, this is why I don't do this. You know, like it's remembering your past is what keeps you kind of on a straight and narrow. You know, like I don't want to repeat.
But we say it's our past. But we only think it's the past because in our brains or in our consciousness, we look at them as memories.
Yeah.
And we've associated them with the past.
I
But
call
we're
them Monday Night
only
Quarterback.
remembering them in the present.
Yeah.
So we don't know if they actually existed or happened. Just because
I
you
get
have
that part of it too. Yes, it's a simulation. Is that what you're getting
not
at?
necessarily simulation, but it's all
Let's just say it's
We're
a
not
memory that
much-
really happened.
yeah.
That's why
we
we have
could
that
just
mem-
be our consciousness,
Yeah.
right? And that's all that matters is we're conscious and we think we're experiencing things.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. But whether we are actually experiencing, we'd never know
Yeah, of course.
because it's just in our heads.
But we're talking about timelines now.
Time travel, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to talk about time travel, what about Back to the Future? Wasn't that a great movie?
Oh yeah, I did want to touch on movies. Back to the Future, classic movie. Again, it's that paradox
It
thing
is.
where he goes into the past.
And he changed the
sees his-
timeline, yeah.
He sees his mom and the timeline ultimately stays the same, right? Because remember, he almost screwed it up. He
Well, that's right,
almost
he almost killed
made it
himself,
to where
yeah.
his
He didn't
mom and
exist.
dad didn't meet, right?
But he could form that up, though. He did change it. He had to fix it again.
Well, we don't know. Maybe that was always going to happen.
Oh, that's true. God, I forgot that was the point of the story. That's right. It's been a long time since I saw that movie. That's right.
Because like if he didn't go into the past,
Then
maybe
he wouldn't exist.
maybe
Yeah, he had to
wouldn't
do
have
it.
exist.
I get it. Yeah. I get it now.
It's one of those paradoxes that it's like a loop,
Yeah,
right?
it always tricks me.
But yeah, that's a good time travel one. What are some other time travel movies?
Time Machine. Well,
That used to be one of my favorite
Well,
ones. The
it was
old
okay.
Time Machine.
the book was great, but the movie's okay.
Well, I'm talking about like the old movie. There was an original.
the black and white one.
Yeah, I think it was originally black and white, and then they added the color
Yeah.
tones to it or whatever.
I do not remember. I remember.
And
I know I've seen it.
built. If you've never seen
No.
it, they made a remake of it that was much more modern.
Yeah.
Which was entertaining as well, but nothing like the old one. But the whole premise, it was so interesting. So this guy, and this is probably like in the 1600s or something like that, I would say.
Yeah. So maybe a little bit newer.
Yeah,
but
maybe 1800s or
1800s,
1700s. But he built this time machine in
It
his
was
shop.
like during the technological revolution
And-
type of thing.
So he
Or
goes into
industrial
his house,
revolution.
or he's in his house because the time machine's in his house. He gets in the time machine and he cranks it and he starts going through time. And you can see his house and stuff. And this was cool back in the day. His house starts like kind of crumbles down or turns into something else. And the city blocks all change. Buildings go up and down. Time is moving really fast, but you see everything changing around you because you're going, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. And then he goes the whole premise is he kind of goes into the future. There's war, all this stuff's happening. Then he goes way into the future. The moon breaks apart, right? And like smashes to Earth or whatever. And something happens to society. And then he goes way into the future.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Humanity's gone. And now there's just these people that live in utopia above ground.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's provided for them. And they just kind of lounge around all day and do whatever they want. And then there's the species, there's other people that all live underground, and they provide everything for the people up above. But the only caveat is every once in a while they sound this alarm, and all these people on the top start acting like zombies and start going into these caves down into the underground, and a certain percentage of them go in there, and then they get slaughtered and eaten by these people in the bottom. So they live in this utopia up above, everything provided, but they have to go sacrifice themselves every once in a while or a percentage of them get sacrificed.
I'll give her a watch.
No, it's really good. It's a really good book, and it's the classic one's the way to watch. I think the new one's okay, but
Yeah. Especially for its time, it was pretty cool
It was way
because
ahead
you,
of the
you
time.
see all the changes happening. They showed like a candle or somebody like turning into like a skeleton.
yeah, it was neat how they
really
filmed it for that old school. You're like, oh, this is how they interpret time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like
Where
claymation.
the newer
almost,
version,
like-
it's all special effects.
Yeah.
The whole world is changing in front of you. Mountains are being built and collapse. It's-
Mhm.
What about? Did you guys ever watch the Time Traveler's Wife?
No, I never.
I know it was a
watched that.
book. Oh, you never saw that? It was
I
quite
don't
interesting.
think I might have watched a little bit of it. It's kind of a chick flick.
It is kind of like a
You know,
romance chick flick.
It's all right,
But the
but
concept
I don't remember it very well.
interesting.
And I don't
So
think I paid attention.
this
too
guy
much,
has
if I did
this
watch it.
ability, and I think it's like a genetic thing, family thing. But he
Yeah.
has this ability to he gets kind of shifted into the past, and he doesn't have control of it. It just happens. It's something that happens to him, and he jumps into the past, and then he'll jump back for periods of time. And a lot of times, when he jumps back, he's naked. His clothes don't come with him. But and so, anyways, he keeps jumping into the past, and like I think it's one of the first times he meets this little girl, and he's a full adult, right? He's 40 years old or whatever. Meets this little girl, and he doesn't know why he's there. He just jumped into the past. Meets this little girl. She gets him
Naked?
clothes. Yeah, he was naked. But anyways, she gets him clothes and all this kind of stuff. But come to find out that little girl is his wife
Oh.
in his timeline, right?
Uh-huh.
And so he keeps on going back, and he keeps going back into different times in her life.
Uh-huh.
And she just knows of, hey, this guy from the future keeps coming into my life. He knows that she's the wife. And but anyways, but they only get to see each other for those short periods of time when he time travels. But he never knows when it's going to happen. She might not see him for a year. It might be 6 months. You never know. It's an interesting show or concept.
If you kind of remember this, I had to look up because I couldn't remember the guy's name. I was like, what is that guy's name? There was a guy named John Tidor. He was a time traveler that came from 2036. He was a soldier. And I can't remember everything else about it. But I remember that story. He was an American military time traveler from 2036. His posts discuss various... He's on the internet. The posts discuss various aspects of time travel. And, he's a real time traveler. We actually have one.
Well, there's been quite a few people that
So
talked
it's
about
probably true. I mean,
saying that they were time
he
travel.
first appeared in 1998. You know. So I mean, I don't know. Might be true.
There's
How do you do it? That's the question.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I wonder if you can time travel through thought.
I mean,
'Cause
they know you can. Assuming there's linear time and time is real.
Yeah.
They know you can time travel.
I know
according
that.
to physics.
Yeah, I get that. We were talking about that. already.
But that's only because of speed.
Yeah.
You know, you go fast enough, you
I'm
slow
wondering,
down time. But
let's bring the Egyptian in. You know, all the Egyptians and things that like theories of like time travelers that actually came here and populated, or maybe gave us information as a species to. Maybe that's part of the timeline. Is the future humans have to go back to educate ourselves on.
are you talking about time travel, or are you talking about like Stargate, where aliens come through in a portal, like the Anunnaki come in
Well,
through
some
a
people
portal?
are saying like some time travelers are actually us from the future.
Oh yeah, I see. I can see
Stargate's
that.
more like an alien that just kind of uses like a wormhole or just passes through space and time. You know, to get one place to another. I'm talking about where we're all on the same timeline. Maybe even on the same planet. Maybe we can't even get here. We can't even leave planet Earth, but we can manipulate time
in the future,
and
we already have.
we already have. We've already come back, and we're the watchers of the future. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's a loop? Like there's no beginning or end to it?
I don't know. We just can manipulate it. Is it a loop or not? It's just
No,
we
I
can play
meant
with it.
I meant as far as like, say, a species advances enough to where they can create the ability to go back into the past, and they do that and they manipulate it.
Because some people, that's a theory too about time travel. Is that's what they come down here and manipulate to perfect the time that they're on.
The timeline.
Like there's only one timeline, and they're always manipulated. They're like people that control time. And they do like Marvel comic books about that shit too. They're time people that control
I see.
all aspects of time and the way we're moving through
preserve time. They're
preserving. Well, not even preserving the time. It's they're manipulating basically. Here's the theory: humans get so advanced that we can manipulate time. We go back in time to make sure we still go on that trajectory. Because they've been into the future and see where we go.
We have the ability to alter time.
And they're always just trying
You're
to
going to
perfect
have
this
agents.
timeline.
You're going to have agents that it's their job, or a whole department.
Yeah.
It's their job to preserve
and
the
protect
timeline.
this timeline.
Because
Yeah.
you have to
Sure, it
think,
happens.
Because you have to think if they can do it, who else can do it, and who else is trying to sabotage
Yeah,
their
you don't
idea?
want you don't want the bad factions
Yeah.
to there's actually
Who's
a
the
whole
bad guys,
thing
who's the
on,
good
on
guys?
Star
Well, that's
Trek.
what this guy Teeter talked about.
Oh.
That's what I think that's where they got these comic books and stuff.
Yeah,
from.
there's a
some of
whole
them, yeah.
line on Star Trek.
Who
where
does he say the bad people are?
I don't remember.
I think it's
I heard it someplace. That's what it popped in my head. I was like, I had to look it up because I couldn't remember his name. I was like, what? I remember there was a time traveler just came around a little while ago. He was always writing on the books, and he's writing a book. I'm sure he wrote a book. They trust, make a little bit of money.
Let's say that time travel does exist. Would you time travel, and where would you go? And it doesn't have to. Let's just for a moment say.
He must. Oh, here's real quick. This guy, he did predict a global nuclear war in 2015.
Nostradamus predicted all sorts of stuff.
Maybe he faced. Maybe he.
If
saved
somebody
us.
predicts one thing, I'm not impressed.
No, he predicted it, but he saved us and made sure it didn't happen.
Oh,
in
that's what you
2015. I don't know.
Well, I know you don't know. He probably doesn't know either. But yeah, let's assume for this example that you can't go back into your own time, your own existence.
Sure.
Oh,
but you can go into the past.
before you existed?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Where would you go, and why? Like,
Oh, wow.
have you ever thought like, oh, it'd be so cool to be able to go into the past and why are you laughing? Do you have a funny one?
Well, I was just born in like 2002, so I was thinking.
So you got a lot of options.
1984.
You got a lot of options.
The day before 9/11.
Oh my
So I could see the World Trade Center.
Okay, that makes actually a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because you'd remember when America was actually truly free.
Mm-hmm.
It was before 9/11.
Before the Patriot Act.
That's what
Yeah.
you think.
Well, it did definitely feel a little different.
Yeah. The day before 9/11, so I can go to the World Trade Center.
Wow. That's a good idea. That's a good... I can see that.
So that would be your choice, is to go.
Well, she just missed it by a year or two.
Yeah, I was born May 3rd.
No, I understand, but there's a lot of cool things and things to maybe see in the past. But you're choosing something that is pretty close to your
Yeah,
current experience.
Why? Let's hear it.
Well, there's just like so many things. Like I could like position myself so I can like see certain things going on and be like, did this really happen? Did that passport fly over into this area and I actually am over there and seeing if the passport's
you can
there?
investigate it.
I can investigate all the things. I can go see if the steel
Because of
beams
the
were cut.
conspiracy of 9/11, you can
Yeah.
actually do
I
it.
could go in there.
You're doing it in order to solve a conspiracy.
Yeah, and best believe I'm going into building number 7 too.
seeing there's some bombs.
Instead of for like some other I don't know, interesting thing, like, oh, I want to go to I don't know, the Battle of Thermopylae and see how that went, or
It'd be cool to go like see like cool battles back in the days.
That'd be neat. But I kind of see where you're going at because, you know, for you at least, you've probably heard a lot of times that's when things changed for a lot of people. Was 9/11? People still talk about it all the time. Flying changed.
Everything changed.
Left. Yeah, everything changed, man. Everybody knew the credit scores were going to be everything after 9/11. It was
but I mean
massive surveillance, massive control.
That's a modern change.
Very 1984.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very modern.
That's all I've known.
That was the flip. That was their. Remember, that was their excuse. I get it. That was their conspiracy.
But that's all I've known. So before that, though.
But I understand. But why wouldn't you want to do something that isn't so close to you?
But that's still interesting.
Because it's very.
I'm not saying it's not interesting.
Can you look at it from her perspective?
Yeah.
Who cares about Rome that was fucking 2,000 years ago?
But Rome would be cool.
It would be cool. Not like it
Or
would be
maybe before Rome. Maybe go back to, you know.
the Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki. There you go.
That's where I would go.
Ancient Egypt or.
I want to see who built the pyramids. Was it a bunch of freaking normal people or was it giants?
Yeah, that would be a good one.
You know what? I go like this.
Okay.
I go like this. It was probably people, but I would like to see it.
So is that
Because
yours?
How
it's
did they
kind
do
of
it?
weird. It's kind of weird.
Is that yours?
Some of those things are weird. I would definitely go back to see who built the fucking pyramids.
That would be probably
Just
one of your
because there's
top
so many,
choices.
9/11, I kind of know what it was. It's gaining power. Definitely correct. Definitely an inside job. I get it. I already know it. I don't need to go back to it. I lived it, But yeah, that many years ago, I would like to see it just with my own eyes, if you possibly could. Who built the pyramids?
Yeah.
Did it really take 20 years, or was it done in like 30 minutes?
It'd be cool to see Antarctica green.
Yeah.
Before
Or
it was
just
Antarctica.
Even the fact
cold.
we lost some technologies in general in history, just to see them actually play out. Like, oh, so this is how they did it.
Yeah.
This is how you did it.
Like
Well, I
going
guess
watching
that's another
cavemen.
question too.
Because some of the technologies, like, okay, they say, okay, they moved these rocks, these stones. It's so there was this thing, it's like, it's a lost technology. Like, is it really advanced? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They probably could always fly, who knows? But what their technology was, were they gliders? Did the Egyptians make gliders? And they're like, oh, look, it's a bird or it's a spaceship, Because gliders are kind of simple to make if you really know the physics behind it. And it seemed like they were pretty freaking smart. That they could probably make some gliders, and make it look kind of like somebody's flying around.
Well, that's
And
another.
then some weird, tribal person trying to describe it, like somebody from outer space.
We're assuming now, like, okay, if you can travel back in time, you can travel back in time, and you can choose where you travel to.
That'd be great.
So that's different, right? Because if technically, it makes sense in my brain. If you can time travel, you'd only be able to show up in the exact spot that you're in, right? So
that's how
we would be in the
anywhere.
Pacific Northwest.
I assume I'd have to go to Egypt to time travel to Egypt.
Yeah, you'd want to probably get to Egypt first, Then
Yeah,
time travel there.
Bring
because
my
if
machine.
you time
Bring
travel,
the machine with me.
if you time travel in the Pacific Northwest to back into that time, and then you're trying to get to Egypt,
It's hard travel.
it's a
I heard it's a long walk.
You're gonna get eaten by Bigfoot before you even get out of the Pacific
Yeah,
Northwest.
true. Yeah, you have to go there.
Well, way back then,
Well, that was one thing about the time
I wonder if
machine
there
was
was
that was where he was at.
people here at that point. I'm
Where?
guessing
To meet Heather's
Pacific Northwest.
ancestors.
Oh yeah.
in the
No, man.
when they were. We don't know when they built the pyramids. What if it was?
Oh yeah, maybe it was before the Younger Dryas, 30,000 years ago.
Could have been.
I just some of those stones they carved. I just want to know how they carved that shit back in the day. Like so, because they can't really date that rock. That would be the cool thing about time travel is to go, okay, how did you make that face on the hardest stone we know on planet Earth? Like, what tools did you use?
Eyeball laser beams.
And it was supposedly copper, brass, or something.
One thing that I thought would be interesting, kind of going along those lines, kind of the
because I'm not saying they didn't do it. I don't know
civilizations,
how they do it because people are going, it's hard to do it with our technology. We could do it, but it's challenging. Like, it was pretty advanced for us to carve this symmetrical of face. Very difficult. You kind of need a computer to do it.
Yeah.
These guys did it by hand, and I believe they did it by hand. But they had some sort of mathematical equation to really make nice, sharp, clean curves and really smooth surfaces.
Maybe they just weren't as lazy.
Maybe they had
No, I'm
had
sure it
OCD.
took a lot of work. Hey, I'm not even denying it. It probably took a lot of work. But they had a way of doing it that's, I think, probably, say it's advanced or not. It's just something we kind of lost the technology for.
I think it'd be kind of cool to go to like the height of like the Mayan Empire, because they were just so spread out, and they're not now. So it was like these cities and spread out
road systems.
It would have been kind of cool, I think, to see that. Obviously, it would be tough to travel around in that era, but they had like a helicopter or something. If you could bring your helicopter back with you and just observe like how much was going on, and then they went to, being overrun by the jungle. Not a whole lot. It's not like the Mayans were a long time ago.
No,
so
yeah.
It's just interesting how something that was so spread out and so.
Yeah, but weren't they kind of off the Aztecs? Weren't they kind of somehow connected?
In certain regions, the Aztecs and the Mayans were at the same time. They were going on, but they were different.
But the Aztecs were way older, weren't they? Or was it the Mayans were older?
Wasn't
the Aztecs are older than the Mayans, or was it the other way around?
I don't think so.
Is it the other way around?
I think there were still some Aztecs.
Which one's older? I'm talking about.
I don't know. Look it up.
Well, I should do that. I got the internet right here.
I'm not a Aztecan scientist.
No, I know.
But, excuse me.
Okay, which?
Let's see here.
Oh, no internet.
While we're looking that up, we're just talking about the past. But would you go to the past or the future if you could choose?
Yeah, Mayans were first.
Mayans were first.
Yeah, they're long before the Aztecs.
Yeah, because by time Europeans and the Spanish and stuff came to Mexico and to North America, Mayans were almost all dwindled out.
I get them confused. But yeah, they were like 2000 BC. But anyways, the Mayans were like a massive.
They had cities
empire.
and travel between cities and they had a huge area as well, and then went away. Over a period of time.
Yeah.
But maybe they just got too big.
Could have been disease too.
Yeah,
disease killed a lot of people. It happened in Europe tons of times. It happened in Asia lots of times.
Yeah, you could have one virus.
Disease, it's almost part of Gaia itself to keep like organically a system, the organism running right. It sucks, but I think it's designed that way.
But yeah, so back to my other question:
the future.
You would choose the future or the past to go to if you had a time machine?
I would choose the past because I wouldn't want to spoil the plot for myself.
Assuming you're seeing the future on your timeline and just not a future timeline.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to spoil my plot for myself.
Yeah. So instead, you're going to go into the past. and possibly accidentally make it where you don't exist.
Is it even possible to go past your existence
Mm-hmm.
on the timeline?
Yeah, can you go past your own death?
Yeah, that's a good question because what is reality but our perception of it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not around anymore, then is there such thing as reality?
You scared? Are you scared, Nathan? I saw a tear
In
come out
that
of your
case,
eye.
in that case, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. You wouldn't want to go into the future because you're going to see it anyways.
Yeah.
I want to go into the super future where I'm no longer around.
That's where I would
just
want to
see-
do.
That would, yeah, of course. I'm just saying,
To
though,
see
like,
what
could you even be able to
That's
do
the
that?
only thing I would do.
Well, I think you could do that if you could go into the past your birth.
No. You can always go back in time. You can't go into the future.
What?
Some people say that. You can't go into the future. You can only go into the past.
No, I
It's
don't think.
impossible to go.
I
Time
think most
travel
people
is
say you can't go either
impossible.
way.
But I thought the science or Einstein's theory of relativity is you can't go into the future. You can only go in the past.
Well, I think he's
Because
talking
isn't
about.
that how it is? Let's, speed of light's the fastest thing we know.
Yeah,
If you go
he's
fast
talking
as speed
about
of
it
light,
in
you're
a
going to catch up
physics-
to yourself.
No, he's talking about it in a physics sense that the faster you go, you actually slow
Yeah.
time and,
And
you
you
bend
catch-
space, right?
Yeah.
Um,
But you can't go into the
space
future.
is
You're only
not,
going
is
backwards.
not like a linear line. It's actually what is it like
It's a
concave
curve, yeah.
or whatever curve. And technically, I think it's waves, but or something.
No, who knows? Really, who knows?
Yeah.
One person's going to say something different. But what was I saying? But yeah, I've heard that is the thing. It's like you can't go into the future. You can't time travel into the future. Like there's no science that says you can. People, theorize it like, oh, that'd be neat if you could.
Well, there's no science that says you can time travel to
No,
the past,
but you can measure it.
outside of like
That's what I'm talking about.
it's just like, and it's not really the past because it's your perception.
I get that. I'm just saying, like,
But this
you
person
can-
aged a lot,
I'm just
and
saying,
this person didn't because their time was different for them.
and that's what I'm saying. There's nothing we've seen so far that even represents that going to the
Whoa.
future.
What
that
about
we
if you
know.
go super slow?
Oh, maybe.
Instead of going super fast, you go negative slow. If you don't move for a long time, you actually go into the future.
I think that's happened a couple times.
I think
'Cause
that
when you go
just happened.
fast-
Oh my gosh, we're in the future.
I'm in the future right now. And again. And again.
Yeah, so Einstein called that time dilation. You go fast enough and you travel to the future.
Yeah. What? Is that what it's called? Time dilation?
Yeah,
You travel fast enough.
you travel to the future because you're going so fast. You're going to see what the future's like when you stop going so fast. You know what I mean?
Because you have to wait for time to catch up to you.
Oh.
Like okay,
All right.
Johnny, you go into a spaceship from right here at the speed of light, and you cruise into the space.
It's
right?
real fast.
You do a loop-de-loop up there and come back down
Oh, I know
here.
that part, yes.
All of us
I get
are
aging.
old.
I get that part. I get
all these
that.
events have happened on Earth and stuff. You get to actually, but you're still
I know, I'm 20.
the same age.
I'm still 28.
Yeah.
Like I look like right now.
You're the same age, and you get to see all that stuff had happened.
Yeah.
So you're essentially traveling into the future
Not true.
because you still get to have an entire life of your own because you didn't actually age.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's kind of boring that way, though.
Mm-hmm.
What a boring life.
Not a life I would choose.
Speaking of another aspect of time travel outside of Einstein's theory, what about wormholes? Some people think that wormholes could be actually time portals,
Yeah, it's possible.
or
Yeah.
even time and space portals. Like
There-
not only do you travel across space, but you might end up in a different time or a different timeline.
I haven't finished watching the series, but there's a show called
Outlander?
No, not Outlander. But that's
That's
probably
the only
very
one I
sim-
know about.
that probably is another one. That's a time traveling
They
one.
Yeah,
touch
but that was
rocks
a
on that
wormhole.
one.
But there was another one
We
that
should
takes
talk
place in
about
Montana. It's like
Outlander.
a Yellowstone version of it. It's called like Outer Banks.
No, with the hole in the ground?
Yeah.
The hole.
There's one in the United States right now that we're going to go check out.
Yes.
Oh, there's a big hole over in Eastern Washington.
We're
yeah,
going.
we're going.
Yeah.
We're gonna
On
go
the
and check it
ground
out.
footage coming your way.
But what's that show called? Outer Limits?
Outer Range?
Outer Range or something like that.
Outer
I think
Limits,
It
I
has
think
Josh
it is.
Brolin in it.
It's Outer
really good.
Range.
It's really good. It's kind of
It's
weird.
super good.
But I wouldn't.
But yeah,
But
wormholes.
maybe they just pop up places. I don't know.
Yeah, wormholes.
I don't know the reason behind that hole. But in the
Well,
show,
no,
I
yeah,
haven't
or
got to
whether
that
it's a
part yet.
wormhole. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
it's Outer Range.
Outer Range.
Great show to
wormholes
watch.
are definitely
Prime.
something that science talks about that
Mhm.
could actually exist,
Yeah.
right? Or whether that's a black hole or a wormhole. But yeah, is that different timelines, like different universes. Like there's that theory that because we have a giant black hole in the center of our galaxy, right? And that eventually everything will get sucked into that black hole, and then another universe appears. And each one of those is a Big Bang. And it's happened an infinite amount of times, and it just keeps happening and never ends. It's all these Big Bangs happen, and each Big Bang creates its own universe with its own laws of physics and histories.
It's the universe.
Yeah. But there's, unlimited universes.
So
The multiverse theory.
the theory is that if we go into that black hole, then we're gonna go into another one.
Some people say we're already in the black hole.
You would go
Oh.
into another
We're already in the
another
black hole.
universe on a different timeline.
how
we're
do
already
they,
in the
how do
black
they
hole.
know we're in the black hole?
Because they can see it.
With what?
You can look at it with your own eyes. You look outside.
It's just
Salt.
because it's dark outside right
Yeah.
now? It's 11 o'clock at night.
I look outside.
It's actually
like,
midnight.
But if you
dark,
look
I
away
bring
from
them
the
in a black
sun, it's dark. Almost black. But some people say we're in a black hole right now. I mean, this is our reality though. But we're in it. We just don't even know it. You know.
What about speaking of time in general or time travel? They've done a bunch of movies and stuff on this, but time loops. Like, what if you got stuck in a time loop?
That would suck.
That would like
Well, I watched what's that? The classic one.
Groundhog's Day. Yeah.
It would be fun at first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously it was pretty fun
He enjoyed
for him
it for
at
a
first.
long time.
Yeah, he enjoyed it for a little while, but then you're like, this is really boring, and I want to get out
I
of the
would like
loop.
to have a little bit more of a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
They keep on forgetting about me.
Yeah.
That's a crazy show. Let's give
Yeah,
it a-
I remember there was
Bill Murray.
not to bring up Star Trek again, but there was an episode of Star Trek
Every time. Can't get
and
through that.
where they got stuck in a loop.
Yeah, I remember
right?
that one. It's a
and
good
at
episode.
the end of the loop, the Enterprise keeps getting explodes.
It's a great
right?
scene.
But then they realize that because there's clues that happen, they're
They were
realizing
leaving
that they're
clues,
in
yeah.
a loop.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, I think we're in a time loop, and then because they're like hearing voices or echoes from the other timelines, and but they're like they know that Enterprise explodes and everybody dies, so they're like, oh crap, what do? We need to try to get out of the loop and not die. Right? So the two things they had to try to figure out. So they're trying to give each other clues on what they may do to prevent Enterprise from blowing up. But they can only send like this certain message through to the other loop, the next loop. Because they know they're going to forget all that stuff when the next loop happens.
God, he loves talking about Star Trek. You hear that?
He got real
Loves
passionate.
I can't even speak up. I just gotta let him go.
But it's
Startisms.
it's a cool episode.
It is a good episode, and it's a cool story. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's a good journey.
But yeah, a loop would suck, I think.
That sounds like
for the most
absolute
part.
hell.
Especially if you, like Groundhog's Day, he knew he was in a loop the whole time. So he got to learn from each loop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you got stuck in a loop and we may already be in a loop? You would never know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just maybe we're just repeating the same life over and over and over again.
That's true. I mean, and maybe sometimes in the future we'll be able to figure out our way out of it. We just can't figure it out yet.
Yeah,
Get out of the time loop.
we're just stuck in the loop.
I feel like
We're
a
just
time loop
stuck.
when I have to get up and go to work every day.
That is a time loop. That is a time loop. Yep.
Oh, let's see. What else? I mean, if we do develop time travel, it's AI that's going to develop it.
Yeah, I think so too. Probably 2027 we'll figure it out.
I think using the quantum computer chip, it'll be able to help.
I don't
Yeah.
even know if that computer chip could even exist. I don't
No, they
believe
already
it.
You
have
don't
quantum
believe it anymore?
computers.
I don't. I think they're just telling us that.
Just like how what was it earlier? Syria was told us that they were time traveling
I
13
know
years
that.
ago.
I just kind of think more and more
Wants to believe what
it
he
ain't
wants.
possible.
It's
I think it might be. I think they just tell us. This
yeah,
stuff
that's what
just to
I
tell
want
us.
to. Is because I'm confused on how they get it colder than space on Earth. Because then how does that like not affect Earth's Earth's
Kind of weird.
life?
Yeah.
Like having something on Earth colder than
I
outer
don't know.
space.
Maybe the universe has. There's a lot of more like give and pull. Like there's a lot of like flexibility into like quantum theory, Einstein's theory of relativity, all these things. There's like a lot of give and take in that, where it's not so regimented to like this is the math, this is how it works. Maybe there is a lot of give and take always.
Well, I mean,
Almost like that's the free
it's
will
a-
for the universe. It's
well, I think
always,
it's a
you can never
field that
predict it.
is
always
in its-
developing. I know.
is more of it's more of its
That's
infancy.
my
It's
eyeball.
different than things like gravity and things like that they've been studying for a long time. These are kind of new concepts, and a lot of these concepts they can't test, right?
Yeah.
So that's why
thinking them up.
they're more
And
theories.
so they tell us all these things, and I'm like, well, you really don't know.
Mhm.
You know, it's like when they were doing the Manhattan Project, they're gonna blow. You know, the first time they were gonna do, separate the atom. This might destroy
they
the
don't know.
entire planet.
Yeah.
Let's just do it. It's
Yeah.
a small. You know,
I mean, I
it
think
looks like it's good.
Yeah.
They had a conversation.
Yeah.
It looks like it should be good. We don't know 100%. This
Well, but
could
this-
be bad. This could be the worst thing ever.
This is the same with people say with the CERN collider, right?
Yeah. They're making these little black holes over and
or
over again.
Mandela
I don't know
effect
if
type
that's
of
good.
things, right? Where it's they're actually changing the
Timeline.
timeline
Oh,
every
that's
time
right.
they do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that's right. That's
or
right.
they may create a wormhole.
It's
or
like
a black
splitting
hole.
it every
yeah,
time.
every time they're changing the time all the
It's
time.
like the Earth goes mixed too,
That's why it's getting crazier and crazier.
and then each time they do it on that one splits and makes another
Cats
one.
and dogs are getting along.
Now, do you
But
think
people aren't.
let's say time travel was a thing?
I don't know. The cats and dogs are not getting along, Dad. From personal experience in this house, the cat and the dog are not getting
You
along.
know, it's a good point. It's that damn collider every time. It's that certain collider.
Now
Every
we know
time,
who to
Doc-
blame.
That cat attacks Dobby every time that collider hits.
If time travel did exist and it was easy, do you think there'd be like time travel tourism?
Oh, that would be a big money maker
That-
right there.
How much
I
would you
would-
spend?
I would invest in that stock real
say
quick.
you go back and observe time, but you can't manipulate it. You can only observe.
Like your only observer. I think that would be like the way that they would have to do
Dang.
it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm thinking the more tourism stuff. I would imagine because it would be pretty hard to go into the past and not manipulate things unless you went into very specific events and that's where the tourism comes in because they're trying to control what
Yeah.
people can and can't do. They're like, hey, we can time travel, but there's rules to
But then
that.
at that point, are you really even time traveling, or are they just making you think you're time traveling?
No, things like, okay, well, we have the technology, but there are rules and regulations for it because we don't want to screw things up. So
Yeah, I get
we
it.
can take, 50 people to what's that era? But dinosaurs. We can go way into the past where it's the whole Jurassic Park thing. We're going to go into the past and we're going to show you
real dinosaurs.
real dinosaurs.
They were
We're gonna-
dragons.
cruise around or whatever it is. And people are going to pay tons of money for that, right? 'Cause they're
Humans
like,
were
"Wow."
around back then. Just to let you know.
Oh, were they?
Just because they didn't find no bodies, don't mean that we didn't exist.
but they're not going to be able to be like, okay, hey, I can bring 50 of you to. I mean, they might be able to do it with very strict regulations, like, okay, we're going to take you back to listen to Gettysburg Address for a bunch of historians or something.
There is some
but there's
photographs
going to be
of
like
time travelers, because there's a photograph of the Gettysburg Address of a kid. Supposedly that kid went back in time. He was like one of those astroplane people.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, I guess that's not time travel. Is that time travel? Because he went back in time.
Well, no, it would.
There's that picture of that kid.
That's what I'm saying. That's a different.
Because only kids could time travel.
Yeah, that's a different theory on time travel. Is astral projection in time, not just space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. If there was a lot of regulations, like, okay, yeah, you can go back and observe, give the Gettysburg Address, but we're going to control. You're going to be in this location.
Yeah.
You can't interact with anybody. You're only there to observe. They'd have to be able to kind of control that, because people are going to do crazy shit, right? They're going to be like, oh, I'm here now. Let me go and run up on stage, and then I'm going to be famous in history, right?
Yeah.
So they got to preserve the timeline.
Everybody's all handcuffed together.
There it is. That's right. This is what I want to make sure. Andrew Basaggio, Project Pegasus, which was a real project. Conspiracy theorist Andrew claims he was part of a secret CIA time travel program.
I believe him.
Pegasus, which used Nikola Tesla's technology. He alleges he time traveled to 1865 Ford Theater to observe Lincoln's assassination and even encounter other versions of himself. Yeah. And there's a Gettysburg photo of the time traveler. Some interpret a blurry figure in a famous Gettysburg photo as a time traveler. Those scholars generally attribute it to a man or whatever. But so there's documentation and photographs of Abraham Lincoln with time travelers.
I believe.
Yeah, you never know. Just don't pet the dinosaurs if you go back there.
They were dragons.
Or dragons. Here's a question. If you could fix one thing in your past, you had the ability of time travel. It could be a mistake you made, maybe an opportunity you didn't take. Is there anything that pops out? I mean, I'd have to think about it, I think, for a
I have
while.
to think about it for a while. I don't know. I like my life kind of how it went out.
Well, that's the question.
I mean, yeah,
you know,
it was trials
if
and
you change
tribulations,
something, you
but-
might screw up
Yeah.
what you have now because of the
I would
butterfly
say,
effect.
I don't know. I mean, it's just some things are just out of
Not
your
changing
control.
anything. That's the right answer.
Yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
I would change everything now
If you
because
are
told me that.
enjoying the passage of time now, anything you do might screw that up.
Well, I don't know. I make mistakes sometimes. Maybe that's a mistake I don't want to make.
But sometimes the mistake might have been
I get that.
the catalyst to the butterfly effect of how you got to where you are now.
That's a great movie too, Butterfly Effect.
yeah.
That was filmed in Monroe Prison too.
Oh, yeah. If you did go into the past and you could meet somebody,
Oh, who would I meet?
like you hang out for the day or just, spitball or
There's a lot of people. I
pick
don't think I
somebody's
could
brain
I would pick a
or
lot.
just
of
hang
people.
out.
If I had to go back in time and pick somebody's brain that's famous, could be just anybody.
I mean, anybody in history.
Oh, well. There was this guy on the train I met one time. His name was Kyle.
Yeah.
He seemed interesting. Kyle seemed nice. Who would I want to see?
I don't know if that'd be like some people that are, I feel like, assuming you could have a conversation with them because you spoke the same language as them, but like Marcus Aurelius would be kind of cool, just to get his thoughts on things or see how, interesting the character was.
Ask him, did you really write that book? It's really old. Is that yours?
Nikola Tesla, I think, would be kind of
That would be a
interesting.
good one right
But he's
there.
probably a bit crazy. Or I imagine he'd be a little Looney Tune.
I'm assuming he's probably on the spectrum, kind of kooky,
yeah.
techie guy.
That's what I wasn't. Yeah,
Kind of
but it'd
odd.
be interesting to just see him work, but I don't know. There's a lot of people, maybe.
There's too many. I don't know. I don't know if you get the real.
You got
Yeah,
any-
it'd be nice to meet the real version of people. Because
Tupac.
everything it is, Tupac. Who shot you, man?
Yeah. Did he?
Was it
Well,
P.
no.
Diddy?
If he went into the past before he died, he's not going to know who shot himself.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we could find out.
Or
though, by
did
going back
he
in
get
time.
shot?
We could see who it
Is he
was.
living in Cuba?
Yeah, but that's not just hanging out with. Then you don't care about
I
hanging
can
out
hang
with
out with P. Diddy. Oh, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to
actually.
do that?
You don't want to hang out with that guy. So I'd hang out with Tupac.
Yeah.
Maybe get hired on as security for him or something.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, I don't want to be part of this. You sound like I don't want to be part of the security crew either. Oh, pick the good ones.
Anything else?
I don't know if there's anything else. You guys have anything?
I don't think so.
Well, it was good.
I'm tired. It's
podcast.
late here, and I'm
Yeah.
ready for bed. But
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. Bye.
Bye.
don't forget to subscribe.
If you enjoyed this dive down the Sado Hole, make sure to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you think. For updates and bonus content, join our email list at downthesadohole.com. Got a strange theory or wild topic you want us to explore? Send it our way. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning everything.